I, as a business owner, expect inflation to increase, I will naturally raise my prices to combat and cushion against the expected inflation, which itself subsequently results in the elevation of price levels. So people's expectations have the most immediate effect on any given economy. So we therefore see an economic reality in which that which people expect to occur, occurs. What you expect to happen tends to happen. So expect good things.
Brent Tayengwa from Michaelhouse, based in KwaZulu-Natal, assumed the role of the governor of the Reserve Bank for his school that participated at this year's MPC Schools Challenge. The competition aims to bring economics out of the textbooks into the classroom. This year, a team from Michaelhouse took top honors, impressing judges with their grasp of inflation, expectation, and real-world decision-making under uncertainty. Dr. Banim Tembu, the head of Curriculum Policy Support and Monitoring within the Department of Basic Education, spoke of the impact of economics and how this ultimately affects pockets.
When our learners understand monetary policy, they understand the forces which shape our country's future. And when young South Africans understand those forces, they are empowered to shape them for the betterment of our country.
This year, more than 1,400 learners participated, with only 10 advancing to Pretoria to defend their decisions before a panel of judges. And for the first time, learners had to work with the 3% revised inflation target, as well as the uncertain global economic climate. The teacher, Riyad White, explains the preparation process at a time of global uncertainty.
When this geopolitical tension occurred, it was all over the news, so naturally we'd be delving into it in a few minutes every lesson. The difference was when it came to writing the MPC statement and the fact that they have to really deep dive. I think what happens is they think they know a lot, and then all of a sudden they realize how much they don't know. And then comes this beautiful spiral of, oh wow, there's so much more out there. So I really start the process, but it's up to them to actually get involved and get excited and educate themselves.
The other teammates who assumed the roles of deputy governors share their experiences in being part of the competition.
We were committed to understanding the work and were optimistic in the fact that we won.
For me, the complicated part about it is looking at indicators, especially leading indicators in the economy. We've obviously learned about them in grade 10 and grade 11, but we've never gone into the depth that we had to go into for this challenge. And learning indicators like markets implied break-even rates and business PMI.
From this challenge, I'm really inspired to continue perhaps a career in economics. I plan to study actuarial science next year at Stellenbosch, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to be a recipient of the SARB bursary, which I'm very grateful for.
Governor Kganyago says he was especially impressed with the quality of this year's submissions and hopes that the winners will end up in the employ of the Reserve Bank.
From the presentations, you could tell that the learners had spent a considerable amount of preparation, effort, gathering data, and coming to grips with the challenge that we are facing. And in the current environment where there is so much uncertainty, we are having to grapple with that uncertainty ourselves, and that they were able to distill the information from this uncertain environment and still came up with decisions that are roughly consistent with what us as professionals would have done is truly remarkable.
Four economists have pledged to visit the winning school to share with them what a day in the life of an economist looks like. Diabuseto, SABC News, Pretoria.